Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I go by the name Shanteyy, aka for Chantal, and I'm back again with another YouTube video. On this video, I'll be reviewing a movie called Kevin Hart and Chris Rock, Headliners Only, that was published in 2023. The genres are documentary and biography, and the director of the film is Rashidi Natara Harper. I guess that the title of the film is pretty self-explanatory on what the film is going to be discussed about. That said, the theme of the film is about Kevin Hart and Chris Rock's historical journey to becoming a self-figured comedian. Throughout the film, the discussion was based on their early lives, their accomplishments, their hurdles, and their brotherhood, although there were some comparisons to distinct the two comedians to demonstrate who was preferable than the other. Kevin Hart, also known as Kevin Darnell Hart, is an American comedian and actor. After winning multiple stand-up comedy competitions, Kevin Hart had his first breakthrough on the TV series called Undeclared back in 2001. An example of his wins set by a comedian called Tiffany Haddish. I remember when Kevin was doing the Irresponsible tour. That tour was the highest grossing tour in the history of stand-up comedy tours that we know about legally. The Irresponsible tour was the sixth comedy tour produced by Kevin Hart, and the Irresponsible tour was based on moments of Kevin's family, moments during traveling, and a year full of reckless behaviors. With all that said about Kevin Hart, his personality truly does stand out, as most say themselves. Kevin is more good-natured, more amusing, and more playful, whereas Chris Rock is more biting, more acerbic, says a comedian called D.L. Hugler.
Everything happens in rhythm. Chris said, let's put this rhythm together.
I said, what do you think about destroying New York?
I'm smart enough to always check to see what Kevin's doing before I go on tour. Because I'm not getting stomped by Kevin. It's just not happening.
Chris Rock, also known as Christopher Julius Rock, is an American comedian, actor, and filmmaker. Chris Rock started to gain fame for his stand-up comedy in the 1980s, where he was known to make jokes about race relations, human sexuality, and observational comedy. An example of what Chris Rock's tour producer once said: "Being in New York, it's one of those make or break places. This is Chris Rock's hottest audience. This is where Chris first got the most love when he started." And then Chris Rock continued that he started around the age of 18 years old, and he had some advantages by being from New York. Moreover, once he got good, things started to move really fast for him.
Started when I was 18, 19.
Like, what's your father's job in life? Is to interrupt you when you're getting ready to do something.
Once I got good, things moved really fast.
He was the first guy I ever heard write jokes like a song with hooks and everything.
If you made it as a comedian, you weren't like whoever on this sitcom. You're Chris Rock.
The first real comedic star that I had a conversation with was Chris Rock.
After watching the film, it was really an eye-opener for whomever wants to grasp an idea of becoming a stand-up comedian. However, I sensed some conflict between Kevin Hart and Chris Rock in the film. I believe that the film is not only an eye-opener for whomever wants to become a comedian, but it's really about the kind of approach and the way of speaking to the audience that creates that law of attraction. I see that Chris Rock kind of fails at that, whereas Kevin Hart knows how to move the momentum with great rhythm. When all is said and done, I hope you guys got a good idea about the film and it has intrigued you to watch it. Take care.